Indeed, this is very historic. Shall we all give a round of applause? We can do better. We can do better. Historic indeed. We can do better. Honorable Minister, we are going to have a chat. Yes, we are going to have a chat for the people of Ghana to understand really what is going on. Because, I mean, for 80 commissions to be done in a day, for me, if you ask me, it's unprecedented. But I'm sure you can give the best description of what is going on here.
I am excited, and today I was a bit emotional when I went to St. Barnabas. It's a school I visited 8 months ago. It was in such a disrepair that you would not even believe the closest school to the Ministry of Education would be in that kind of condition. But it was. And it, to me, was unacceptable to have our schools in such a situation. No ceiling, of course, and roofs are leaking. I'm sure when it's raining, they had to quickly get the children to leave the school before the rainfall began. It was a very difficult situation for me to see as somebody who has worked in the education system in the United States and had built schools in the United States, who the president recruited. And I remember he asked me a specific question: would you consider coming back to Ghana to help me change the education system? So coming back to Ghana in response to his request, change has always been at the top of my agenda. And therefore, I wanted St. Barnabas to see the change. And this morning, if we can see the images of the students, how they were dressed, and how it has changed from the old blue Anglican uniform to black and white uniform with tie, and seeing the Osu children dressed in a very beautiful fashion. At the end of the day, what it tells me is that we can change our nation. Let's make no mistake about it. Change can happen in Ghana. What you see is just a symbol of what is possible in our nation.
All right, thank you, Honorable Minister. But let me pass this one. Viewers, this is just an information that is also equally important. The nature of the program is such that at some point we'll cross to different locations and pick what is also happening there live. At some point we may be crossing to, for instance, Babiani. There's also a commission going on there. Awaso, there's also a commission going on there. If you go to, for instance, Akumadan, there's also a commission going on there. Asinfosu, there's also Enyinam. There are all other commissions going on there simultaneously. So at some point we will just cross live when you get the feed from those locations. But Minister,
St. Barnabas, the pictures are
yeah, St. Barnabas, yeah, sure. So I'm sure at some point we will also show the videos of St. Barnabas where the president himself led the commission. But Minister, I want to understand, why do you say this is education transformation in action?
You really have to begin to understand that we, at this since 1957, after independence, we did some good things, but you also realize that some countries did some things differently and they've gotten different outcomes. I always cite South Korea and other countries that decided that in the 1970s they will improve STEM education, introduce STEM education in high schools. And they did. Now we are doing STEM in Ghana 50 years behind South Korea. But the good news is that we have begun. So when we say transformation, we are not tinkering at the edges, doing some small things in Ketenkitibia. No, we are talking about major things. So you don't go to St. Barnabas and just fix the roof. Change everything totally. And when you change, you also have to change the way the children are orientated in terms of how they think and how they behave and how they think they can change their community. So if you look at St. Barnabas, they are going to be doing field trips. We're taking the students to go and see Presec, see Laboni, see University of Ghana. We want them to come back to Osu and say, yeah, there's a world out there that we can be part of. We are building their library, making sure they have computers. Everything that needs to be in a school is there. And by the way, they are getting a counselor who can counsel them and guide them, and who can bring in parents, for the parents to see that there's a new dawn, a new day for them. Recently, I got a visit from Sempe Basic School, I asked the teachers and we arranged for them to take them to Kimpiski. Why? I wanted them to see there's a place called Kimpiski. And that the cost of food there, if they don't work hard, they will never be able to go there to eat. So I sent them there. After that, I had lunch with them. I just wanted them to have a mindset change. So when our vice president, the flag bearer of MPP, talks about teaching growth mindset in our schools as one of his agenda, it's about changing the mindset of the children to understand that they can be the best in the world in anything that they want to do. So, growth mindset, we have all the books. We are beginning now in our schools for children to understand that we can be the best in the world.
Minister,
so when we say transformation, what we are saying is that change everything completely.
Minister, that's it. See, a message I mean, I say, can you tell man on tongue, no matter the phone, almost a motion, almost a some can you cheat on TV? Yo.
If you know how no can say, I'm a question about reaching to me. No, that's all. Now, I'm on some mutia, Ghana for you, mutia. The person catch up on say, as some pebiaba. Nana Adudanko Kufuado, Enna Bedietri, Vice President Mahawadu Baumia, Omada Roma, Omani Swadi Hono, Ene Yedi Juma. Now Ghana, Baby Region Bia. Your school for Friday, Bia, and also I be no strong council. Okoja Tokwena, Kohem Kalana, Shomontari FFF, St. Barnabas, and Cry, Kolasho Matari FFF, Diamutimun, Koyomatis Okrano, Ayasronko, and Sister Yasronko, and Abba Ghana, and Mumesium. Nebu maybe I can measure someone. It be an hour against our bank, our local school, and no crack, Obana Oko School, no a year. That's Obeba no abeshow eyepa na mansani nyina mpuntro so akogina ngomesua so enunti na yenkwala no yentimi mabinum nkotena baabi e honye na binum so de o skenti no akọ private school fe yes there be ankwala no obi amomye ma wo mo engomesua akade a emu odu na wo so daache eyeyi ano ma no daache mpagya enunti enene de eye dapon na emayen eye dakese emagana nyina se ukrom school ni bi enye nro hono ho a wonim say Dr. Bichum so mama kwenya na me say Minister for Education 2025 wa ukrom ebi maye no ukrom ebi maya ebeden ebeba enti wanya bia wo hu nkrofo de a mo ani nyima omo ba wo de nam kwam we de empanifo se asempetia na asempetia yi so no me de Mr. Mame emmo ahefo nyina amane se ebra dwumadi ni kɔ n'anim no ye be crossover akɔ baabi a mia ɛhɔ so no ye commission ni bi wɔ hɔ enye district level commission ni nko ana ye show district level commission de na no Monday na ye mpanimfo DCs and MMDCs one mo agina president and name minister name one mo ye commission no so na me no ka say e bi so kɔ so mia bebre se medika bobo bi so nyan anopai president ayebi ndi ahefo nyina we de ewuma a yesabe crossover ni akomia commission ni wono na no so yakofa every ho live na No country has maintenance culture, but they have maintenance budgets and they have maintenance staff, and that is how maintenance is done. So as I speak with you, we have recruited about 50 facility managers. We've started posting them to our high schools. These are land economists, estate management graduates, building technologists. They are going to be in charge of maintenance in our high schools, and we are going to be adding more. Every high school must have a plant manager / facility manager in charge of maintenance. They will report directly to the headmaster or headmistress of the school. Our Get Fund is also going to make maintenance allocation so that the buildings that they build can be well maintained. So at the end of the day, we have to be mindful of the fact that if we don't maintain these buildings, it will go into dilapidation again.
Okay.
And Minua, the woman say, you say, "Idi ehuni ewo day nyinam." And it's also a diocese who are gonna nina any disease rejma school bia benya cleaner. School bia. What's it called? I'm going to WC. Now, one and copy password and I. Two bear and half of master regular so near Buno. And school BIC Bian, Ombenya cleaner. High schools also in your facility managers. Normal any headmasters, any headmistress, I'm a damn wife.
Minister, let me catch you. Sunai, I read one also on the Omo Ayo.
Okay.
I was commissioning Bako Ekosoho.
Okay.
So, we are just crossing over to Sunai to also go and take a live feed of what is going over there. But Minister, before we get to Sunan, you just mentioned this morning that we were with the president at St. Barnabas. I mean, how did the president feel?
I think he was very excited. I call him the education president. He's giving me everything I need to execute education at the Ministry of Education. So obviously, he'll be excited. Because we've come a long way from when he first visited one of my schools in Los Angeles, and he asked me a very simple question. After seeing what I have done in California, he asked me, would you consider coming back to Ghana to help me change the education system? The response to that question is what has brought me here today. I considered it, and I came to Ghana.
Minister, I have to cut you. We are live at Sunyane. The MC is speaking.
No, the member of parliament.
Oh, okay. All right. That is the member of parliament.
Tomorrow, our children, president. I perceive, please let us stand up and observe silence.
We don't have any, so that we come back.
So rest in peace. Thank you, sir.
All right, welcome back. Minister, any remarks on the Sunyani project?
The Sunyani project is one of the model junior high schools like the one we've done at Jabin and Achim Ewisa, Chamba in the north and other places. Once you put that building up there, you're able to move students from 7 junior high schools and they come there. So when we commission Jabin, for example, like the Sunyani one, we are going to shut down all the old junior high schools at Jabin. we're moving them into a new building with biology, chemistry, and physics lab, and computer lab, and robotics lab. Everything is there at the junior high school level. It's total transformation of our junior high school system. So the one you see at Sunyani is one of those schools that take over 1,500 students, and you're able, and you're able to bring in students from about 7 junior high schools. So in the case of Sunyani, they are moving some students from Ridge, and then they've also created avenue for other parents who may want to educate their children there.
Minister, this one is only located in Sunyani, or
the Sunyani Ridge area.
But beyond Sunyani, do you have others in the
other regions, but not in Bono.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did a model ones for different locations in different regions. So, of course, our goal is that for you to transform junior high schools, communities don't need 7 junior high schools. Some of them are 50 students, 80 students, 100 students. You bring them together under one umbrella so you can give them a library and equip the library for them. So if you see, there's one model junior high school. If they show you the pictures of students in their libraries and science lab at Bosumchi, for example, which was done with a 1 million per constituency funds. The government gave 1 million to constituencies, and in my constituency, we decided that we'll create a model junior high school. So you can see there that the students have library. We have science labs that were built by the Middle Belt Authority for a junior high school, a serious transformation. So in these new junior high schools, what we are saying is not just the building, but the equipment that comes with the building, the new way of teaching and learning that comes with the building, new courses that are being offered, music and other things that are going to be offered
in a junior high school.
Junior high school. You see, the bill before Parliament, which we didn't get the free secondary education bill, was to ensure that junior high schools are upgraded to secondary status. So by the time they go to the senior high, they have all the requisite skills. They've done lab reports, they've done everything that you are supposed to do in secondary. So we're bringing back an opportunity for junior high schools to be upgraded and transformed. You do physics, chemistry, and biology there before you get to high school, and you continue from high school. So by the time you get to high school, you've been introduced to most of the scientific concepts, and you get to do robotics in junior high school. So we have a new vision for transformation of education, and the junior high school is a critical component. I've always seen junior high school as the weakest link in the education system. If you didn't get a chance to go to a private junior high school and you went to a public junior high school, you are sitting in dilapidated buildings, there's no science equipment, and then you're going to meet your friends at Wesley Girls who are used to beakers and everything and all the scientific things, and they are lost. We can't create a nation of haves and have-not, 2 Ghanas, Ghana for the rich, Ghana for the poor. The poor doesn't do well in science, so they don't get to do science at the senior high school. So even though they will go to Laboni, but they will not give them science because they didn't do on the BEC. Why should we create a country where the poor locked up in inner city schools and villages don't get the opportunity to do engineering and do science because their grades on the BEC is so bad, and then when they get to the high school and they're even giving science, they don't do well because they've not been exposed to it. It's a new dawn. So if you look at what is going on there, you can see this is a new paradigm. It's a paradigm shift where junior high schools have been strengthened and upgraded, equipped with all the necessary tools like high schools, so that you can give Ghanaian children 6-year quality secondary education. And that is what the Akufo-Addo government has begun. And when we continue with this, it will be a different Ghana for all Ghanaians. Inner cities of Osu and villages like Jetokoe will be able to get what they need to compete with the rest of our communities.
Minister, thank you. Now, 6-year quality secondary school education, and
Okos secondary school, no trust 6 form. Ghana secondary school And I been by no see him. And you trim, and as secondary school near 2 fear nitrogen, and I can feel me and son. And I say, middle schools now, your honor, your friend junior secondary. You can't see a friend junior secondary, no. You uncle sister dino.
Okay.
Oh, and tia Remuno, the kind say, Oba Ghana, your woman say that your kindergarten in film, primary school in Fiancia, junior high school in Fiamiansa, now Munina, a basic. Sani Emrano count, Pre-Tertiary Education Act. And you know, secondary and Casano, a Fiamiansa. Who am I was secondary in Fiamiansa? By a man as a secondary in Fiamiansa, and a technical in Fiamiansa. Junior high school now is a pejam near secondary, no? Yes,
Minister, we have to cross over to Mampusi.
Mampusi,
yes.
Good.
The Pesempe Model STEM High School is also ready for commission. Yes, the video, we are crossing over there.
I hope so.
The best for the beginning of its activities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Gabriel Pelemo, Ono Ena, Italian, Abayewo, Omemua, Oyo Penny Abidichi. So thank you so much for your kind words to us. Friends, it's at that special time that I want to listen and to hear from the special person. Minia, Betty. Awesome, because you're part of your I was going for a brother.
Minister, very, very novel.
Yeah.
What does this mean for double track?
Yeah, you see, the enema about Ghana, Sabri, Pasempe, a school, Makumaku do a say. I did be crabbecam. Now, Pasempe, a school Alcoma, Science Lab, Makumaku do me.
12 science labs.
12 science labs. And yeah, idea teacher needs to one as a Bosumi and San and Kwanako lab. Chemistry teacher, the classroom, and the chemistry lab.
12 science labs, schools Makumaku doing a beer.
And do go on one chemistry teacher in the classroom and the chemistry lab. Biology teacher classroom, the biology lab. A Honan Kalano, teacher need to Honan Kalanaba. Yain says from Kwan, Abruche no Huno. High school teacher needs in the classroom and Korana Koho. Ombe no I dem ho kama. Na de so mu bia omatimi aye nti ukopa sempa e ho ye school kesia o mampani sia ukọ on ma obeka say university. In fact no krani esi school we bi wa krodie ahafo. Ahemfo no beto mampani enu se fa university mine. Enti menem o ka say e ho nkrata o parliament a ye University of Engineering and Applied Sciences e wa krodie. Regions bebre obia nya school ibu na de fepa e wo mu no so okohwe enkwara na niam o mafiti ase ya wo ho bedwuru emfidi ase de mo bia de ama wo enhye pa ase ye wo bia de ama wo headmasters entitie e ye sonko e do on bankran na abetiti o mo no ma ye djuma e kom be fa so a o mo be school no we e ye school ba ko kese nso e wo awaso e ho nkwala na hu o mo no.
Minister, before you proceed, I understand there's also a commission going on at Baby
Awaso.
Yeah, and very soon we'll be crossing over to Baby to also witness what is happening.
Okay.
But you can continue.
And Uko na ko hebe bi ankwala no sua de chemistry sero musi anu fidi e wo ho no a ebe yo wanwa enti awaso nso ebe ko ho mbe hu se de si koso na wo hwe we ya classroom no se fidi wi akwala nje e fa ni film chamber for chemistry experiment e no na oye wo mu na bibia ngwani na ame hawadwen we any fidi e de ama high school sa woko abrochimem kra bebe ho ane bi ni ho me na fofo bi omu ho mu sam senti wo ye Ghana na so hwe nkwala na nim omu ye Ghana omu ye Ghana for mas I teacher original honest smart board and an sanam so says or den sesi so na de ko ba bi enti schools who are fofre ban krase no emodu na ni nyina so ye boarding school enti wo kro bi aso a so utimi eko hobi na utimi ko sua de na unim de mu do na oba e de beboa oman Ghana asa yesako baby foforo it is here awaso also nipa no almost your commission wo ho de ho so ye hwe kakra na sa no ato that's Omoma auditorium. Your commission, the opening Casa. Regional is okay. Here, Kakasuma. Voice.
Consultant, and also so a share Jumano, Nana no me, not the more.
Minister, let's say, okay, so commission 80 schools, no. I just say, no, crazy commission 80 schools.
Abroso, crass, Mogan Kai, and Mons Abroso. The attendant say, Ghana for Madaroma, Sabre, politicians in which you can come to Monkan chere Dr. Duchum say evidence base. Say also what the pebi achre. Na you tie the evidence base. Etwi mu no ebi anu ni am okagiti amutie me. O se mitumra na ma chere usie. Eno ne evidence based communication etwi. Na de omo ne say nia ye ka o ha bia ye no kre. Kontompo bia anim. Ena ewo ho no we de mo amohunu.
It's a live event.
Live event. Ena ekoso ewo awaso. Auditorium no fe school foforo na ohwe assembly hall and kwala no atimu a eho ayefe MP awo bibiani honorable ben won so on na wo ho no and we say ojina ho se sia opa afro no beka so ojina ho no no kase.
So, Minister, this is a senior high school.
Senior high school.
Does it have any impact on the whole double track conversation?
No, double track no need you want some pound. Now the tell say the entire double track by. I will for beer per Laboni. So say Laboni pound for good gate nature mami oti awobre. Obi aso be call Laboni. Obi aso be call Presec. Obi abe call Atimota. Ekwan be so ne be for betimi akobi. Enti aban eyan hihye enkwala mpem miensa na betimi akọ Presec ekwan be na ebe fa so a ebetimi ama enkwala mpem num akọ enti ne enche school num miensa mienu wo ha na ba akọ ofie ba akọ kwakoma na ba akọ abehim ye fa sa akwanya so amanipa dodo na timi akọ school bia pese ne ba kọ ni bi na ye si adan dodo ho no a ne ayi double track na den every ho enu ho adwuma ene ye wo beti obi so obetwam se na me no ka say wutwa double track mu a just say wo ma from one for wachi motor nyina san kofie fisa chi motor na fa 3000 afa 5000 wo say wutwa double track mu a 3000 e betimi afa 2000 hefa no moko aban ni so ade hu no say mo man kwala dodo ntimi nko schools akese obi apeso okoibi etinye school bia na bia na double track o yes school bia school be school dodo na single track ye bia school a mo nyina abom ko ye makwa no nyina akofie schools akese na ofo bia apeso o makobie no eni afa kwamfoforo so amanipa dodo atimi kobie afime no okasai opokuware enye double track biem adentia aban si adan bebre ewo ho ama opokuware enkwala be empem na ni akira omo fa omo no omo nte so omo abesa akọ ho da obi abekwa bom no mama kwan abom enti opokuware afi double track Tamasco, and fear me near Chemu, and a few double track. Say a single track. School baby, a few double track, almost single track, they see a dying ama or muntia. The air can say, near I didn't can say, Maubia school, Papa numbers on the corner, Mobia and Kobe. And no actually see a down or who sit dying, that's a Nipal do it to me. No, a double track a few. Another strategy, they say, see schools for Frobbery. Name mom in second school go a beho in fear dunum and so intimate to Achimota. And we see schools for fro. Now I'm fat a quan for frost one to 2 or more. I will phone them for a man. And today, schools for Friday, and I call fast assistant headmaster. If you school can see me, get Nako, near Nako Heso, near Buano, 7 year school, no peja. A Duke or her Abomosu STEM High School at the Sepasim Pay. Yeah, the assistant headmaster fee, Presec, and Akoche School also. And that Presec in Sisay, or Hama Presec High School can see what they call Bomosu. A bedroom fear no, Nabo Mosu, so I said Presec, Nafe, Presec, Press and I name, a coffin. Sabre, I will for the Brebe or Ghana. Minister, on the country or some more step.
Over to Sunyane.
Say, I do Sunyane, or move rescue home, Timuhu, Babia, Nananum, and then Penifua, no Namno, a whole any Sunyane, Model Junior High School. Edan kese pa na wuremu ko na akọ classroom so a we hu se eho eyesronko anti Sunyane school no ena ahwefo mo hwe no na eyade a efe se omen beka se e madachi ehia yen enti si junior high schools foforo ama womu
minister ye kwetiwa nkofo pese show mo de obi a se yemfa ne de yemfam
enti ye kwetiwa
sisi ye
ko minister for Minister of State for Finance, Honorable Abna Osasare, Ona Okasano. Also, TV school and a bias and a commission. So we are commissioning live the school at a TV school, Applied Technology Institute. I think we are back to. There's competition. Everybody wants the attention. So we went back to Sunyani briefly.
Yes.
But this is still Atiwa. Oh, you moved to Bosomche. Oh boy.
This is Bosomche. We moved from Atiwa.
So we moved from Atiwa. We'll be going back and forth. So please bear with us. This is Sewia in Bosomche constituency. This is the chief of Sewia speaking. He is a very happy chief. MP unfortunately is far away from there. So Nana is talking.
Minister, how you come?
I am constituency.
Nana Niaje pa. Bosonchi project na no say there.
We senior high school. Na ko mu twa so na we hu. We color me different cra.
Project na kasa na
junior high school or auditorium and assembly hall, classroom block, dormitory for boys and girls. And this is a 21st century senior high school. Everything about it is 21st century. It's a new dawn for our nation. A new dawn for our nation. And it has to be. See, invariably, we excuse poverty for our predicament. We always will say, oh, sikeni hontia. Sikebi and frusra mo. Nanso mampani ka kire me say opesa me sesa schools no. Ye fa akwan mi so nya sky de be adwuma no. E na sika no ba ya, ye de aye adwuma Ghana man. Eto a wutua no. Me as a minister for education, de be adwuma pa ma. No anya ho emfaso. Enti wutua to e wo Ghana. No, Minister for Finance, I begin with Honorable Ken Oforiata. I say Honorable Amin Anta. Omo Buame pa. My Kwama Horo also Kosesre. Now, most baby, one my a free BB Bosia. Baby also a Bosia, a free big grant. Sika Fire Juma. Nama my in Tumpong. And Tiaquan be Arsenal. Near Ghana, air course on the say. Ye when you swadi who say. O main womasua esese esesa na yentimi nkase ne South Korea for be pe wa bra enye de South Korea for ye say Vietnam etu mrika den de o ma ekọ entokwa movement se mebresi ho enso na okọ Vietnam ba bi o mo nam na nyasam ketwa afi bia Vietnam for o mo produce 100,000 engineers o mo population 93 million ye over 30 million. And he said, 93 million, and Kwalanmoya ratio and proportion. 93 million, on producing 100,000, yeah, over 30 million plus. Starting your crescent and say 30,000, and she produces 6,500. And the company, beer, person, or manufacturing, what they call Vietnam. And the Kase, ye pesi man sesa ba enye de Vietnam for ye ti de Vietnam for ye no de South Korea for ye STEM education no eno na abagana ya kai tire de emfie duonum achi South Korea for ye no ya kai tire ba se ya fiti ase na ohu ho no.
Minister, very soon we're crossing over to Nkranza. They are also insisting we show this.
Okay. I want to say before we start from Nkranza,
very soon. So, but you can proceed.
So we are done. Ghana from Kuala Lumpur, free Ghana. Nkro nyina so beba ho abesua de. Na mfidi e de ama omo so te se de abrochire enkwala de sua de pepepe. Sebe ya abrochire nsa no ade kire ne adesua ba. E ya abrochire nsa no mpuntuo ene ba ye man no. Eno ena ye ho adwuma. Our fellow Ghanaians, is a exciting day today. You see transformation in action. This is not political talk. This is not propaganda. It's about evidence-based communication. What you see is what you get. Black and white. It's right there. There's no doubt about it that transformation has begun in Ghana. Over 80 schools are being commissioned. From Monday, a number of schools were commissioned. From Jetokoi to Azan to Bunkurugu, a whole number of communities, they've seen different education infrastructure. And today you are watching live commission of schools in selected locations across the country. There are some places that we could not cover live, but commissioning is ongoing throughout the country.
I'm looking at this. Is your vision documented? Because, I mean, certainly you'll not be there forever as the Minister for Education. So one day if you are not there, how are you going to, implement this?
Let me tell you this. Give me a chance to complete this, and when I'm done, let me go. Because you see, obviously, we have just begun. But unfortunately, we have an election cycle. So December 7th, to me, is a great day for a great choice to be made. If you want Dr. Educhim to continue this, you know what to do.
We factor from the tree.
The American say, Ghana for more Mpuntu Ekoso no. After ni everything I say, Abrono, after ni everything I say, Yenyen Rubebia na Nyame ya adom na January ye jinemu ni yes edwuma ya. Ni amobe hu no munya hu bi. Munya hu bi o. Munya hu bi. This me nko America memu na me nko si schools e ma abrofo na me ba me chrome no man penita mechi a me si entrance schools adan da no amu
19th century building.
19th century building now they educated 21st century children. Change will never come. So what I'm telling my colleagues, Ghanaians, is that these buildings that you see 4 years from now, if you give me the chance, you will never see them anymore. You no longer see them because Ghanaians deserve better. Our nation deserves better. We've been at this for too long, over 60 years after independence and the economy. But how you build a robust economy is when you build a robust education system. It is when these young men and women who are here are being supported, nurtured, and guided to innovate and invent. That is when you build a more robust economy. There's no way around it. The story is clear. So if we want to go to a point, we are moving
images from Sunyane, yes.
Sunyane. Enti na yi na paye obom paye na de omu no say se person man sisa egumesua ese mu ye du ni pegya ye ho papa ya bre enfi aduosi achi bibi kitwa bi sini ho kire Minister, we there. But the tenant said, or he be a person in mind, Internanum, or normal can say when the Minister of Education. Now to be in Chama him for my house or more per step. Crobia per step and Passaso. Now you're in number one about when you be number two, so and you be Crobia. Obia per step. So someone who said, Quana Yakusi, see a first one, or man versus I see quantum also. Yan san ye tinia ko anyway versus son. And you know, and a moon. Of ananani anje fisobia per school papa on in persuasion in chrome or per school papa or honum. Now Minister of Education was a libre pa and on deba. Also your system no about means me chrome me here. They say chrome and your stem as a chrome no yakitri. It's an anonymous on per stem one at the home. Now you know the stem science, technology, engineering and mathematics. You see the woman is called average memo the entire punto etimia bapa and say a tre and qualano and mom do mon set me shame fidie or secondary school. Oko Accra High School, a system center mom. I know some if you have said, if you have said, Labon is Rebecca so moving. Labon is Rebecca so moving. We Accra STEM Center. Yes, you school. And Kalama Co School holding in our primary school for in Ansubaha, junior high school for Ansubaha. I had no robots. I had no more near Makasiakese. Oko Accra High School, so I also to me engineering as a course. It meets robotics, MAE. We had 3D printer. Accra High, a honey bio. Some of them can say Gene for a baby or modier, and Fansepim a baby or modier, Fijai a baby or modier, go so I have my baby or modier, or Munina Benya STEM centers nibi. Now I love money, me review why what anymore has it to say. Ufi Hano who knew Kwakupo.
Minister, but so. Matisse STEM schools, you know, some of them has also been earmarked for commissioning in December. Wait, what Bibi Kakra?
Say school Kessepa Mienu on crime. STEM schools. Weja. Now Weja the end there from Kukra Global Studies Academy. Now Hono Usia STEM no. Now Usia acquire a man sign fast with the trade. Now Usia finance. Now Usia law. Our high school. Now if we no more, Uko University, I wage at the enemy. A honey school, a real thing in IFPA. Fisa Ujina ha. Ujina Weja school no na lake no so eden e wo ho school kese pass some year December 2nd e be bie
Weja heya
nkra ha. Na afedi nka no ya wie girls dormitory nti afedi ka no e man kwa ne no be fiti ase
we ebu 8 o for that no kwa
oh na say 8 na kan school mako ne e kwa dan ho de o kan bo mo ne mpema dwene me enti say wo hwe we ja on say lake na down wo ye kire wade na so teacher mi ko jira bonte na mi hwe wiase kakra na lake na down wo ko hwe lake na no ani age wo dan adwo a wo hwe window mo na lake na down. A high school, the best view anywhere in the world. Aba Nkaha Weja. You see, the Vice President Muhammadu Bawumia, President Nana Danko Kufuado, Ede Magana, Enono. Weja a hofe. Nankran December 2nd, Ahabaya Kono, Habaya Fair, Habaya De. Fisa Ufi Weja, near Ko Accra STEM Academy. School a fiti kindergarten, Ekodru High School. A dan who be down there.
I understand there's also a commission.
Yeah, Accra STEM Academy. Na a dan we are saying about now who say ya baby a drono. Fekwa. Omu god and then say omu ye child. Now today you know Mene Omampenia baby at Chirikoshe school ho. Na Udu Hopa na Oshe primary school, junior high school assembly hall when Bejekwa. Assembly hall no kakraka. Aha, and Obeya assemblies. Kindergarten for her primary school, junior high school, and a senior high school for her, and their community school, Ubiako Hobi. A bedroom Monday, no website, students never apply, no hope as all back, Echo Junior High School, yet the bedroom Minister of Education website, Oko Honuma, no apply, Oba Echo Train School, who be that, El Ghana. Now, Britain, none of the no Musia can be dinkunim, and do their share. A reception area, or one person will follow her. Now, who said the reception is here? Not the said the host here, would you bow home? Oh, what they will buy a course school way. Now, Jan Homer, a teacher for an hour, Kojuma. When he beg Sagana, would you try the Yadipa? Way and Abagano. Nankanya Biano, Kumasi Benya, Ubiansu Benya bi, and Dr. Duchum. If you January call me Wajuma, Momame, Namako Edgeman. It's sign language, Ama. Okay, enti so hwa o dan we dey awie ba ko na aka na e we na assembly hall, dining hall, kitchen bibia fe enti o bako kindergarten na o school down we mu a wonim se ne daachen ebe esronko se efese etesa bruchira efese ya ngumesua nso eya bruchire nsa no enti nyame ada roma bruchira bagana kwan ebe fa so a ebe system schools ni nyina amada roma eguso yebeye fi se esesa no on se so ma start pentway ebe ya kono December 2nd se Ghana fo be hu ba bia egumesua no eko enti enkran anye St. Barnabas nkwa schools akese na yesi ewo nkran ha ama egumesua ayefe na mo hu se money national the nation's capital enti efiti ha na afa ye ko anim enti mo hu nkrase ni nyina de mo hu krom so de ye ko anim o man Ghana ebenya bibia ka emfie du awe anim emfie du nu a awe anim mo amoye enkwala mo ha secondary school for no wo be ka say ye fiti ase na yen yeti assembly ho ni eti moving pick ni e ka hom you be part of the story
Minister, Mr. Yebrenisa, one of my Yebrenisa, to see Yebeko St. Barnabas, and the tougher in no, but the tougher my na Yemfa President Diano in
okay. Other locations are Yenina Mohu Awaso, Sunyan so Mohu Kakra, and for near Befu Habanina, ever sign Eddie YouTube. Amo bia timi ahwe beka ni nyina nso abom na afi yasan de egu amfidie so na mo asa ahwe e o TV so anopai St. Barnabas na eho enije na ho eya homka ebe boso me watwetwa mu na mi twam na am mekwa ho school enti mo mo surprise visit bikodu ho no na eho anyama homka enkwala ne de no mo ye kama ni no mo di nkomo kama a o hwe classrooms no na St. Barnabas 8 months ago enye some baby an kwalantie American school to match omu blue kama na almost sister and me can me trim say na bosume be mo twachi mo school yi besesa the catch the headmaster says St. Barnabas ever sesa na me jiri say no fit say enim say politician dem kan ho nye nti hwedan no St. Barnabas ni o and crying. Self school way yen in school be a Minister of Education in school be and so and na usufo nkwala esoria omuko school empoma ni ho apono abubu ceiling ni ho ensuo to anegudanum we any baby a na nkwala eco school anope yekodu ho na ohwe edan foforo nkwala no betena mu enie na omampani kotwa ahomemu na ebie ne fefefe se no mampani kotwa ahomemu ebie school no na mo de mo nhwe nkwara no ahofa de kwa no fa so asiesie omo ho na awofo ani age nkwara no ni bru no na wo ho no se so kwachira na ho se nkwara no afa omo ho pa
minister before obakona
And he said, Oshe, St. Barnabas, baby, I know more, and the baby on my drew. Shamphony, and net and no pain, our form baho. Also, Momano, if sorry, and no power, Musisi or Hono, and Mamma who say, almost so Dutch, or Momano, a big baby pa. I will be saying, I feel no one who's almost to beat me a bankers, or meet me a doctor, or meet me a Bia, or man, you know, hold that, San Colano, a bit to me. When a Ghana for fra, yes, she say. When a Ghana and another danko kufa do atuno fapimoa, yen, or Mampenia Bediatre, or Mampenia Bediatre, Minua Penny, Mahamadou Baumia say, or Betwaso. Na Ghana, a BFO.
Continuity.
Ghana, a BFA. Enti, mede sabre me kanse we amenkan se amayuni education e wo mimu minya akwanya eko si schools e ma brofo e wo America memu mabaga na se enwumesua besesa na me hu we yi a na me hu nkwala no entare ehye wo mo na e kire me se ababa ne abranti a o osu ono so wo dachi enkwala a wo mo osu wo mo so wo dachi enkwala omo wa mekom ewo kumase tamale ewo northern region omo so ewo daachi ye pe Ghana ehiafo eni eskafo ebetra damba akomosua de judge ba eni libra ba ebetra classroom ba akon na judge ba atunensa afreni nua kodwo mensa ne papa e libra no amana ba ne fie ne birthday na kora no ko judge ne fie no hu se de hositi a waka tse hu se me maami ni bi nanso daache me nso menya dan bi ti sei na me maami daache ayefe ni America kire Ghana for no se ensisaya ye de aba no mu oduo na ye bekoso amensisaya kese na aba Ghana na me de minim ni se minu apeni Mahamadou Baumi wa hye me bo se Dr. Duchum ni a ofiti ase no me ba meto aso enwumasua ewo mimu eno ene dama kuma so entina me so no past 6 o'clock no nsia ne fa ne meduru adwuma mu oba Minister of Education 6:30 me wo honom fi se Ghana sesa ye tu kwa na che esese enya homeje esese ye page oman na ye nsu efiri ohia mu ekọ baabi a ye ni abrofo ni nyina ebebo pe ni ayi ohia buruburu a ma nipa tini wuntam afiri ho motis yesi hospitals okọ Ghana nkro bebrebe won se photo fe boda ho ababa bi ni atwere ase painful exit gone too soon. What a shock. Ababa abrante oko na onu sabrochi mem wonyare ansa no akọ hospital wo ha ni afro se bra ni anhwe omogya me yare bi ho ayenyi mfi ho ne wanu enu nti no omudi mfi aduro kono no omoda so ti ase se wote se yeye bibi ewo mpuntu adwuma mu a eka homasua ho ene page oman na de omu ne se wo ma yare kra ne wo hospital a yenya doctor no ahwew adan no emusa wunya ba bi mfa na nsi ebede na wonyare ya afro se bra ne nhwe omogya mu enu nti ne ye agenda 111 wonyare a wobenya text message bra yenhwe omogya mu yemo ho ban na di mfie aduokno mfie aduosia no wawu ne de eyade a enche bia fapima omampani na nado danko ato no de humasua aka ho empomdine aka ho omayi daache ebegina brane na ye nyina beka bom ni aka se na ye wo ho ene mfitiase ni ebae. We have begun an adventure from education to healthcare. Something great is happening in this country. The era where you see pictures of young men and women dying early, we call them painful exit, gone too soon. Gone too soon must go too soon. We have to change the paradigm. We can educate the vast majority of Ghanaians for them to die early. The reason why in some other countries they are living for a long time is that you don't have to be sick for you to be invited for them to check your blood, check your system to prevent what can occasion your early exit from this world that God has created and given to us. So what it means is this: we need to create an era, a day when you'll be called to come and check your blood, so that we can detect if something is going to be of a harm to you and then prevent you from dying early. No more gone too soon. Painful exit should be a thing of the past, and that is why we are doing Agenda 111 hospitals. There will be a hospital close to you. You get a text message from the hospital: come and let's check your blood. We can't do it now because even those who are sick don't have opportunity to be seen because we have limited facility. The moment you have more hospitals across the length and breadth of this country, then we'll be able to call you in, check your system.
This is
Asen, that's my deputy minister.
Yeah,
he's also commissioner.
Yeah.
So we'll give you quality education, quality health care. You live for a long time to see your children and great-grandchildren. That is the new Ghana. The journey has begun today.
Minister, on that note, where the Abuja for Bessie in a book, so in the ministers.
Oh, yeah.
You may resume your seat. Sure. The erudite minister, 21st century minister. Our secret gume. Transformation. Education, transformation in action. We are evidence-based communication. You two me ani ayede ya chirisi. E before say kasate ntanya dey and top onko. Who scan what to bottom. On that note, let me welcome Ashley Chooks to give us a performance. Ashley, are you ready?
Assassinly, a boy, then mine. Mojana, nanum, shegonya, that's all mine. I do man, I want to so. Say a bay, be at so. Ninden trust on coats on carne, and best and me kumina. Do ye bremud, mamma, so say. Oh, man, no, say, yo. Oh, man, no, say, yo. Yes, and now, say, oh, my former nature. Oh, man, no, say, yo. Oh, man, no, say, yo. Yes, and now, say, oh, my former nature. Arise, Ghana youth, for your country. Your nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold her and make her great and strong. Oh, arise, Ghana youth, for your country. Your nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold her and make her great and strong. Oh, we are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved in building a motherland. Oh, arise, Ghana youth, for your country. your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold her and make her great and strong.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. Powerful. Thank you, Ashley. We may kindly resume our seat. On behalf of the Ministry of Education and, of course, the Minister for Education, we want to thank all dignitaries here in present. Because of our time, we are unable to mention and recognize the dignitaries accordingly. But, of course, we do appreciate you for joining this important exercise. Also want to thank, most importantly, our viewers online, watching from online, home, and all over the world. At this stage, we want to climax the event with, again, an evidence-based documentary detailing the work so far and where we want to take Ghana when it comes to the conversation of transformation. Thank you.
Recommissioning of over 80 educational projects across the country. On Monday, 18th November 2024, MMDAs began commissioning completed educational projects in their respective areas.
is the bedrock of transformation. And in Ghana, a bold vision for educational reform has taken shape under President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. This documentary explores Ghana's journey from 2017 to 2024, highlighting some key pillars of progress, including STEM and TVET expansion, the landmark free SHS policy, and basic education transformation. These initiatives are building the skills, accessibility, and modern infrastructure needed for a brighter future for every Ghanaian child.
Has been accelerated by the fourth industrial revolution, and the demands on citizens, demands on countries are very different from the demands in the 19th and 20th centuries. So in this era, it is well documented and accepted that you transform your country through education.
President Akufo-Addo's approach to education has focused on creating access, enhancing quality, and ensuring that our education system is relevant to Ghana's socio-economic aspirations. The youth are being equipped with skills for the future, creating accessible education for all, and transforming public schools to make education a point of national pride.
Of TVET. Now we have a Director General for TVET service. TVET is no longer a second class enterprise, not a stepchild.
Year 2017, government of Ghana decided as part of its development agenda to transform TVET in Ghana. What government did was to realign all the technical and vocational education and training institutions in Ghana to the Ministry of Education, and what the law called the Ghana TVET service.
The Akufo-Addo administration has prioritized STEM and TVET as key areas for growth. By establishing and retooling STEM and TVET facilities across the nation, Ghana is positioning itself for a technology-driven economy.
So as part of government agenda to compact youth development, the TVET transformation was born.
I'm very happy that GSTS and TACRAD, the Great Secondary Technical School now have their technical division fully equipped. You have a Tiffy Technical Institute with state-of-the-art equipment provided by the government through VASI, an organization funded by the Austrian government. Then we have Lorenzo, an organization from Italy, building TVET schools funded by GetFab at the Pachi number 2 in a number of places. TVET schools are getting new equipment. We have a Applied Technology Institute in East Legon that has state-of-the-art TVET equipment, and we're educating the children. Now have students who are opting for TVET instead of the grammar school. Change has come, and change will continue until we totally change the socio-economic fortunes of our nation.
Through STEM and TVET education, we are fostering an environment where students gain hands-on experience and learn skills that match global standards. Our goal is to make Ghana's workforce competitive and capable of driving national development. These TVET facilities now provide students with access to sophisticated equipment and learning spaces. For instance, modern tools in various institutions have brought a new wave of students into the TVET programs, young women and men breaking traditional gender roles in fields like engineering and brickwork.
I'm the principal of the Life Technology Institute. Life Technology Institute is one of the numerous state-of-the-art institutions established by the President of Ghana. During the school, we run all programs: electrical engineering technology, fashion design technology, wood construction technology, and
Essentially, we have looked at education within the context of access, within the context of quality, within the context of relevance, and within the context of relevance, we seek to provide quality education for all. And I always say this, that you cannot educate 21st century students in 19th century buildings and expect 21st century outcomes.
We are also establishing STEM schools throughout the country. And so if you want to take a little bit of a tour about Ghana from north to south, we have brand new schools throughout the nation. And our first one in the northeast is in Passing, which is a fantastic institution which can hold up to 2,700 students when it becomes at full capacity. We also then now come into Kwasi. Now, Kwasi Tech is an existing school that has been given its own set of 12-unit block of science labs to turn them into a STEM institution also, and they're doing fantastic work here at Kwasi. And then we come into the western north region, and we have Awasu. Awasu is another model STEM school that can hold up more than 2,000 students when it comes into full capacity. And then we go into our two brand new schools in Bussum. We have Bussum Boys Academy, known as Bussum STEM, and we have the only all-girls STEM school in all of West Africa, which is called Bussum Girls STEM School. We have Accra High STEM Academy, and so Accra High School has a small STEM center in which they have a portion of their students. We have a STEM center on site in which the students from Accra High School can learn engineering. From the emphasis on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education is to prepare the next generation of Ghanaians who will be able to compete in this fourth industrial revolution. So I'm excited students can manufacturing high school, the fact that we can do aviation and aerospace, students of girls have taught us some useful lessons. Even through our club, they now develop drones and fly the drones. I showed pictures of it, video of it a few months back in the World Club for us.
A cornerstone of Ghana's education reform is the free senior high school policy, introduced by President Akufo-Addo to eliminate tuition costs and other financial barriers so as to broaden access to secondary education.
Basic education and make it compulsory from kindergarten to senior high school. Free secondary education. I'm here this morning to perform a very pleasant task, to launch the commencement of the free senior high school policy.
Since its launch, free SHS has transformed the lives of thousands of students, particularly those from disadvantaged backgrounds who would have previously been unable to attend secondary school. The free SHS policy has also driven a significant increase in gender parity. For the first time in Ghana's history, more girls than boys are enrolled in secondary school. This shift demonstrates that eliminating tuition fees removes gender barriers and provides every Ghanaian child with a fair chance at education.
Before free secondary education, for every 100 boys, there were approximately 68 girls in our senior high schools. Then came free senior high school, and now for every 100 boys, we have 106 girls.
I am a beneficiary of this free senior high. This free senior high helped most of us to be able to continue education after we graduated from junior high school. Gone were the days that most ladies used to go to Kejitia to do Kayo and able to come back later on to come and visit to go back to senior because they didn't have the financial support from their parents. The free senior high helped most of us to go to school because it catered for our school fees, our books, and even our food.
Ghana's educational transformation is not just about policies. It's about reshaping the public school experience to fulfill the dreams of our youth. With over 70% of Ghanaian students enrolled in traditional public schools, often called Saito, these spaces are the foundation of our nation's future.
My visit to St. Barnabas and Junior High School, the closest to the ministry, taught me some lessons. I entered the class as someone who went to an Anglican school. I recognized the blue color, and I said to myself, something needs to change. Went back to St. Barnabas with a contractor, and today St. Barnabas learning environment has seen a major transformation. That is what our country should be about. When we look at buildings in places like Jatokoi, Southampton, the old classroom buildings that have now been transformed tells us a useful lesson that we can if we want to.
Under the leadership of President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, this transformation began with a vision to elevate public schools across the country. The Ministry of Education has intensified these efforts, revamping schools in places like East Legon STEM Academy and Accra STEM Academy, creating vibrant learning environments for all students. Another exciting step forward is the newly approved Gifted and Talented Education Program. Recognizing that between 6 to 10% of students may be gifted, this program will identify and nurture children with exceptional talents or academic abilities. With these initiatives, Ghana is reimagining public education, transforming classrooms, fostering equity, and creating a supportive environment for every student to realize their full potential. Ghana's educational transformation is deeply rooted in digital literacy. Recognizing the importance of technology, the Akufo-Addo administration has made significant investments in digital tools and infrastructure, ensuring that students, even the most remote areas, have access to quality resources. One key advancement is the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank, an online resource hub developed with World Bank support. This platform offers students and teachers access to e-textbooks, lesson plans, and research journals, making world-class education accessible from any part of Ghana. Ghana's educational transformation is not just a set of policies. It is a national commitment to excellence, equality, and opportunity. Through strategic investments in STEM, TVET, basic literacy, digital literacy, and free access to secondary education, Ghana is setting a new standard in Africa and the world. The boldness of the free SHS policy continues to capture attention, even among the most influential. At a recent event at the University of Cape Coast, honoring the Asantehene, His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei II, this transformative policy found a central place in his address.
There's no doubt that the Free Senior High School program is the most audacious piece of social intervention in our fourth republic.
The achievements of the Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration in educational infrastructure are remarkable and inspiring, reflecting the government's commitment to national development through transformative education. Over the past 8 years, the government has delivered 1,741 basic school structures constructed to support foundational education, 570,000 units of basic school furniture supplied to improve learning comfort, 1,458 secondary school structures built to accommodate the growing student population, 851,608 units of SHS furniture provided to furnish secondary school facilities, 2,690 vehicles deployed for educational purposes, facilitating transport and logistics, 217 science laboratories established to enhance practical science education, completion of 32 of the E-Block projects started by the previous administration. The government's commitment to public school transformation manifests in the transformation of various dilapidated schools into modern learning centers and the springing up of new state-of-the-art educational infrastructures, exemplified by the Kwabenya Kindergarten in the Gap East municipality of the Greater Accra region. This is the Accra STEM Academy, situated in the heart of Accra in East Legon. It is one of the many model schools springing up throughout the country, testifying to Ghana's commitment to future generations through STEM education. Each of these model schools stands as a symbol of innovation, progress, and opportunity. Accra STEM Academy will serve students from kindergarten through senior high school, offering access to world-class science and robotics labs, inviting dining areas, modern restrooms, and comprehensive facilities that meet international standards. Here, students have everything they need to learn, grow, and excel. Here, we see Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Yao Osei Duchum, and the Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wogon constituency, Honorable Lydia Seyraman Hassan, inspecting the final preparations, a reflection of the government's dedication to providing accessible, quality, fee-free education to every child in Ghana. Owned by the government and built for the people, Accra STEM Academy is an investment in Ghana's youth, brought to life by the vision of the Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration. As its doors open, they open to opportunity, learning, and empowerment of future-ready leaders. The Accra STEM Academy, along with all the STEM academies, is not just a school. It is a promise to the nation's youth and a profound step towards a brighter, sustainable future for all.
Thank you, Honorable Minister for Education. Thank you, distinguished guests. Thank you, our friends from the Ghana Prison Service. Thank you, students. Of course, thank everyone for coming. And yes. Thank you, and we'll end on this note that thank you all, and yes, I understand fire service is also here, so you are all deeply appreciated. Thank you for coming. God bless you, and God bless us all. We are done. Thank you. Okay. All right, so let me pray. Closing prayer. We began in the name of the Lord, and of course, the other day he said, where 2 or 3 has gathered in his name, his presence is there. We indeed acknowledge the presence of God, and he's been so helpful throughout this event. We are appreciative, and what we say is that God should bless the Minister for Education. God should bless everyone that made this possible, and God bless us all. Thank you.